Communications assessment, logo and identity. You're going to seek new perspectives. Gain the perspectives of employees and management and stakeholders on the communications with the organization by in-depth interviews, focus groups, or surveys. Conduct these prior to implementing the new communication processes that you implement based on the communication assessment to ensure that any existing problems are resolved. Gain commitment. Use the assessment results to improve communication efforts. Share the results of the assessment with employees. And gain support by showing that their feedback is valued. The organization's communication should be assessed every 2 to 3 years. This will allow any changes from the previous assessment time to be implemented, but also ensure that communication efforts are still relevant. Create an identity guide for the organization, if there's not already one in place, to ensure that existing communication materials are revised to be consistent, but also that future communication materials will be created in the same way, leading to a consistent and recognizable brand. An identity guide is a document containing guidelines for the organization's identity applications. It's an identity management tool that's used to ensure the correct application of the corporate identity, including logo, colors, fonts, document templates, etc. You also want to further test your website. You're going to use an external group of individuals from your target audience to test the usability of the website. These individuals should not be previously familiar with the website and are given a certain task to complete on your website. Their ability to complete the task and the time that it takes them to complete it can provide great insight to the usability of the website. Here we're going to do a quick example of how you can test the usability of your website and some potential problems that you may come across. You can see we're on the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service webpage. And on their main webpage, in their search box, I just typed in bald eagle. I think this is something that may often be searched for on their webpage. So in addition to searching for it on their main webpage, I also navigated to the Endangered Species Program webpage and searched for bald eagle there. You can see it came up with no results. Now the reason that there are no results is that the bald eagle is not actually endangered anymore. But there's nothing explaining that on this page. They just tell you that there's no results. They don't explain why. So back to our search on the main page. This was the page of results that we got. A whole list of links and pages. Now let's look at some of those. Within those results, we had 3 different pages from the Midwest region that talked about bald eagles. We had 1 page from the Pacific region, 1 page from the Pacific Southwest region, and a page from the Panama City region. All of these pages came up in the main search results for bald eagle, yet they all contain different content and different information. This is very confusing. If someone wants to know information generally about the bald eagle, where do they go? What information do they look for? What do they find? This is one example of information that may be confusing on your website. So take a look at some of this stuff.